Welcome back to Everyday Nuggets. Today, we're exploring something that sits at the center of millions of American tables every November, the Thanksgiving turkey. It's a tradition so ingrained in our cultural consciousness that we rarely stop to ask, why exactly do we eat turkey on Thanksgiving? The answer is surprisingly complex, weaving together historical misconceptions, cultural evolution, and even economic factors that have shaped this quintessential American holiday. When we picture the first Thanksgiving, most of us envision pilgrims and Native Americans sitting around a long table with a golden brown turkey as the centerpiece. This mental image has been reinforced for generations through elementary school plays, greeting cards, and holiday decorations. But here's where expectations meet reality. Historical records tell a different story. The 1621 feast between the Plymouth colonists and the Wampanoag people, what we often call the First Thanksgiving, likely didn't feature turkey as the main attraction. Edward Winslow, one of the attendees, wrote that Governor Bradford sent 4 men on a fowling mission before the feast. While they may have hunted wild turkeys, it's equally possible they returned with ducks, geese, or other birds. William Bradford's account in Of Plymouth Plantation confirms great store of wild turkeys, of which they took many, suggesting turkeys were indeed present, though likely not as the centerpiece we imagine today. What we know with more certainty is that venison was prominently featured, as the Wampanoag guests brought 5 deer as gifts. Seafood was almost certainly part of the menu as well, with shellfish and fish being staples of the colonial diet in coastal Massachusetts. The 3-day celebration included a variety of local game, fish, and plant foods that looked quite different from our modern Thanksgiving spreads. So how did the turkey become the undisputed star of Thanksgiving? This transformation didn't happen immediately, but evolved over centuries through a fascinating combination of factors. By the late 1700s, Americans were already celebrating days of Thanksgiving. However, these were sporadic events rather than a fixed annual holiday. Turkey began emerging as a preferred feast food during this period for several practical reasons. These large birds could feed many people at once, an essential consideration for community celebrations. Unlike cows that produced milk or chickens that laid eggs, turkeys served no purpose other than as food, making them expendable compared to different farm animals. The turkey's rise to prominence accelerated significantly in the mid-1800s as Thanksgiving became more established as a national celebration. Sarah Josepha Hale, editor of the influential Godey's Ladies' Book magazine, was the most tireless advocate for making Thanksgiving a national holiday. In her 1827 novel Northwood, she described a New England Thanksgiving with a roasted turkey taking precedence on this occasion and placed at the head of the table. For decades, Hale campaigned for a national Thanksgiving, writing editorials and letters to politicians. Her persistence finally paid off in 1863 when Abraham Lincoln proclaimed Thanksgiving a national holiday during the Civil War. By this time, the turkey was already becoming strongly associated with the celebration, and Lincoln's proclamation gave further momentum to these emerging traditions. Why did the turkey, rather than other meats, emerge as the favorite? The practical factors made turkeys ideal for this celebration. Turkeys were the perfect size for feeding large family gatherings. Unlike chickens, which were too small, or cows, which provided far more meat than could be consumed before spoiling in an era without refrigeration, turkeys offered the right amount of meat for a substantial feast with some leftovers. They were also economically practical. Most families couldn't afford to slaughter larger livestock like cows for a single meal, as these animals were more valuable for milk or labor. Turkeys, however, served no purpose beyond their meat, making them expendable for a special occasion. By the late 1800s, turkey had become so associated with Thanksgiving that cookbooks began featuring special recipes and instructions specifically for preparing Thanksgiving turkeys. Fannie Farmer's influential 1896 Boston Cooking School cookbook included detailed instructions for roasting turkey and preparing turkey gravy. The 20th century cemented turkey's status through mass media and marketing. After World War II, the commercial turkey industry boomed, making turkeys more affordable and available than ever before. The development of broad-breasted varieties with more white meat responded to American preferences, making turkey even more appealing for the holiday table. As the holiday became firmly established in American life, the turkey's role as its culinary mascot was increasingly cemented. Beyond historical developments, the turkey itself possesses qualities that make it particularly well-suited for a celebratory feast. Native to North America, wild turkeys represented something uniquely American at a time when the young nation was establishing its cultural identity. By the late 19th century, turkey breeding had become more sophisticated, with farmers developing varieties that produced more meat. These domesticated turkeys were increasingly accessible to average Americans, helping solidify the bird status as the holiday centerpiece across economic classes. While many believe Harry Truman started the turkey pardoning tradition when he received the first National Turkey Federation gift in 1947, historical records show those early birds were destined for the dinner table. John F. Kennedy spontaneously spared a turkey in 1963, saying, "Let's keep him going," while Ronald Reagan first jokingly used the term pardon in 1987 to deflect questions about the Iran-Contra affair. It wasn't until 1989 that George H.W. Bush formally established the annual pardoning ceremony we recognize today, further cementing the turkey's symbolic importance in America's Thanksgiving tradition. Today, Americans consume approximately 46 million turkeys each Thanksgiving, according to the National Turkey Federation. The average Thanksgiving turkey weighs around 16 pounds, providing enough meat to feed a gathering of 10 to 12 people. While the traditional roasted turkey remains popular, regional and cultural variations have emerged across the United States. In the South, deep-fried turkey gained popularity in the late 20th century. In southwestern states, turkeys might be prepared with chili-based seasonings or served alongside tamales. Some families with Italian heritage serve lasagna alongside their turkey. In contrast, Korean-American families might incorporate kimchi into their Thanksgiving spreads. Vegetarian and vegan alternatives to turkey have also become increasingly common, with plant-based turkey roasts made from seitan, tofu, or various vegetable combinations gaining popularity as more Americans adopt plant-based diets. Yet despite these variations and alternatives, the symbolic importance of the turkey at Thanksgiving remains strong. Even when families choose different main dishes, they often shape them to resemble a turkey, or call them turkey substitutes, acknowledging the bird's central place in the tradition. So next time you sit down to your Thanksgiving feast, remember that your turkey represents centuries of evolving American tradition. A fascinating journey from wild fowl hunted in colonial New England to the carefully bred, mass-produced centerpiece that graces millions of tables each November. Thank you for watching another episode of Everyday Nuggets. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more videos. If you have suggestions for other everyday things you'd like to learn about, please leave them in the comments below. Stay curious.